This is Abe Friedtanzer from Awards Buzz, and I'm so excited to be speaking with Rebecca Ferguson about Silo. How are you, Rebecca?
Good. I'm happy. I'm buzzing.
Fantastic. Are you a science fiction fan yourself?
No, thank you very much. No, to be honest, that's not as simple answer anymore. I haven't been, but the more I've been in the world, the more respect I have of this world building era, like not era, this the world building full stop. It is complex and it is intelligent and it is tricky and it is politics and it's very much our world, but heightened.
Well, not being a fan, what made you consider a project like this?
I don't categorize the roles in genres. I try and break out of it. Like if it comes to me and it goes, would you like to have a sci-fi dystopian TV show for 4 seasons? I'd go, no, no. But that's not how it comes to me. They go, hey, do you know Graham Yost? He wrote Speed. He did, Line of Duty. He did all of these shows. Um, and he's doing another one. Would you like to read 6 episode? I go, yes, thank you very much, and the world comes to life whilst reading it. And after a while, a couple of no's and some changes, etc., there we were, creating this incredible world underground. The fact that it is futuristic, it's uninteresting in some way. I like the idea that it is us now because it could happen.
How did the experience of working with Graham compare to what you had seen of his work?
Can't compare his work to who he is, two separate entities. I think what he does is incredible. And I know that his reputation on set is phenomenal. And I got to experience it firsthand. I mean, he wasn't there every day, but he he's the father to the production. And it's one of the happiest productions I've ever been on. That says everything for me.
Certainly not one of the happiest shows I've ever seen, but I guess that's part of the experience, right?
Yeah. But it was a good one, wasn't it?
Certainly, certainly. What do you connect with about Juliet?
Oh God, I love Juliet. I love the complexity of her. I love how awkward she is with people. I love that she has so much trauma that she has sedimented and she's managed to hide all of her emotions. And the only person who kind of can break through it is Walker and Ferdinand, George. I love that she is, and I have been able to create a character that has so many levels of depth that we can relate to, as human beings. I'm very extrovert. I am a people person. I'm a truth sayer. I'm a whistleblower. I'm whatever it is that makes me listen, think, and act, maybe too hastily. She's not. She will sit back and she won't engage. She's in her own world. She's locked in and she can handle mechanisms. But when she's put and dropped into an environment with people, she's completely uncomfortable and she doesn't know how to handle it, but she has to on the top level. And that's exciting. That's drama.
He definitely is a survivor and someone who makes the best of whatever situation without knowing a lot, but also just is able to be creative and knows that she has to be able to keep going somehow.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, did you know the entire story, at least of season one, when you started, or did you want to be surprised? Okay.
No,
Is
no,
that, would you have
absolutely.
liked it to be different?
I wouldn't sign on to a TV show that is 4 seasons without knowing the first entire season. And there are books. There's enough research for me to do before signing on to a project like that. I think that would be naive and a bit silly. That is my responsibility to do.
How do you think that the show differs from books?
They do differ. And Hugh has been a part of the process, but it gets to a point where to dramatize it and make it adaptable because his book is so excessive and it's so big. It's challenging to take on in many ways. Um, and we have had so many discussions, but it's between Graham and basically Hugh. But the changes that we have done will make sense. And a lot of it is similar. A lot of it is the world.
If somebody is watching this interview but hasn't read the books or seen the show, would you recommend starting with one over the other?
Ooh, interesting. I mean, I love a book, but to be honest, they are separate and you can watch them individually. And I think the show, and many people who watch the show without reading the book said it activated them to wanting to go and pick up the book straight away. And they loved them individually. So if you're a bookworm, watch it or read it, I mean. And I think the book would draw you to the show, and I think the show is going to draw you to the book.
I know that my dad said that he's read the books, and so he's excited to watch the show because he knows what's going to happen. Which is the same way he feels about Dune, which we'll get to later. But the same idea of like you know what to expect in a certain way, and getting to see it after imagining it is really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes not. I mean, my mother, for example, I remember talking to her and I said, I read the book, Suskin, the Perfume, and then I saw the film and I said, I really enjoyed it. They were very, I could see it come to life and I could smell everything. And I think, he's an incredible actor. And my mum was like, I am never going to watch it. If this book is the most incredible, I will not do any books that have been. And I was like, oh, it's so locked in if you stay in that world. But I'm going to leave that to you. I love the expression of film and TV and books, but people will have some certain books that they never want to see come to life. Um, but this is different. This is fun.
You follow along with what fans are saying about the show.
Kind of not. I don't try and dip in because I worry that it's not gonna affect me, but it's easy to go down a rabbit hole. Tell me something good-ish. What? Tell me something. Saying to you, tell me
Something
something.
good about what people are saying about the
Well,
show,
have
or what
you
I'm
read
saying about
anything?
I mean, I've heard good things. I know that I enjoyed it.
Okay,
I don't know.
good.
I just, I mean, I think, especially compared to Dune, I think that's one where people have so much to say, whether it's good or bad, and a lot of it I think is really good, which is great. This I don't know is quite
You
as
sounded when you
in.
asked the question, you said, have you read what people are writing out there? And I was like, no, have you? What's happening?
No, no, nothing. Just a theoretical question.
No, 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 no. I very rarely, to be honest, it's usually my family or my husband or my mom or someone who goes, my God, did you read this article? And it's something really kind about the show or the actors and that's nice. It's nice. It's wonderful. It's better than nice. The fact that people are writing things they like, that was scored very high on Rotten Tomatoes, that we're being greenlit means we're doing something right. I mean, talking to people about awards, I mean, that is just another trajectory that I never hope. I'm in it for the ride, and whatever happens, happens.
Well, without getting into anything too specific, is there anything generally we can expect from season two?
God, it is so exciting. I'm not allowed to tell you anything, but I'm just going to say it's going to get very wet.
Okay, that sounds definitely sounds interesting. What has your role been like as an executive producer on this show?
Yeah, it's hard for me to answer what that's like. It's more if you interview other people that has worked. I guess they see me in a certain light, but I don't analyze my own behavior. I listen to people. I take into consideration how people are feeling, if they're feeling happy, if they're feeling seen. If someone doesn't understand anything and but still going, yeah, it's okay, we can shoot. I go, no, 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 stop, stop, stop. We're going to take 5 minutes and we're going to talk about it. I have the power to do that. I have more power than I have had on anything else, but I also just take it on this show because I care so much. I don't want things to be half-assedly done. And I'm not saying that other shows that I'm on is, but this time I care about everyone, not just my own work.
Well, I know also because of the strikes and pandemic and everything, release schedules got a little bit messed up. But I mean, this is now out, and you're talking about awards at the same time as the second Dune. Do you feel like there's a real overlap between the fan bases of these two science fiction projects you would never have gotten into before?
I haven't connected them, but maybe it's true. I mean, I was asked now to go to San Diego's Comic Con. I've never been to a Comic Con. And I was like, I don't really know what that is and what happens. And they were like, there are fans and like people, it's big. And of course I understand what it is. I know people have been to it, but that people would dress up as Juliet or people would dress up as Jessica is. It's fun. It's really exciting. It makes me happy that people make an effort.
And I appreciate your comment about, not seeing genre before because I think these are both science fiction, but they're so radically different just even in terms of scope.
Yeah.
Like Dune is such a visual production and this is like supposed to be a lot more, maybe grainy is the wrong word, but a lot more less technologically advanced, certainly.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, you have to differentiate. Wow, say it.
Differentiate.
Damn it, you did that so quickly. Differentiate. In Swedish, se skillnad. You have to do it between different projects because otherwise you're stuck in a loop of monotone singularity. It's uninteresting. And the thing is, they're not the same. Or sci-fi is not the same. Just because you're in the future doesn't mean that the genre is the same. Dystopian is not science fiction. AI and possible machinery is something else compared to living in a world that's underground. All of these things are so different. Yeah. It's like one comedy to another.
You also have the Mission Impossible movies, which is something else entirely. So, like, do you enjoy being part of the action in that way?
Yeah. I love it. I love the action so much. Like, mission for me. Do you mean the action as in physicality of action, or do you mean the action as in a lot of things happening?
I think both. Let's do both.
Well done. I think for me, the physicality of mission came to me when they did the casting and I had to do some of the stunt work. They wanted to see if I could move and if I could actually act with weapons and stuff. It activated something new in me. I had no idea I could do martial arts or even comprehend the movement and how to do things. And my body just responded. I'm not saying I do it really well, enough for them to be able to cut it together and sell it. But I loved it. And I took up boxing and I took up all of these things and I miss it and I love it. And it's the reason to why you do mission. It's because you get the possibility to do these things, you know? So every time it comes in, and like in June, if there's a moment of any form of move, I have it. It's in me. Like it's another level and another thing to put in your life backpack.
There are other roles you've had that have activated similar unexpected skill sets or interests?
Interests, yeah, I couldn't now just tell you what they are, but all the time when I do research, I love learning and I love figuring out new things. And I love trying to figure out new secrets for characters that I don't share with other people. Like my thought process, when you're drawn in and you wonder what's happening, I know where I am. I know what I'm delivering. It might not be what's on the page. It's something else that tickles whatever it is. Like all of these things I love. It's what I do. We play, right? That's what acting is.
What else do you have coming up right now?
Right now I'm doing a thing with Chris Pratt. Timu's director, Chuck Roven, who just did Oppenheimer, is producing. It's with Amazon. So I'm in LA this second, having a little bit of time off and also prepping and getting in. They start shooting on Monday. Um, then I have a holiday booked in. I'm taking my son to Menorca for 2 weeks. Mama son bonding time. Some time off, and then I have some stuff coming up later this autumn.
Is there anything you haven't done that you feel like you'd really like to try acting wise?
Yeah, I'd really like to go on stage. I'd love to do a play. I've never been on stage. Um, I had an offer. It was in the American language, and I turned it down because of it. Because it is one thing, it's very vulnerable doing an American accent or American, mid-American, or if it's sort of American into whatever I do in silo, which is a bit different. Like all of this, it's very vulnerable, but to stand on stage and not speak your mother tongue, nah, sort of. Not as my first experience. You must be joking.
You have a favorite play or a dream role that you could picture yourself doing?
No, there's so many. No, and I'm not going to jinx it. We'll see.
Okay. Well, here at Award Buzz, we love awards, and I'm curious if there is another performer or show that you've watched recently that you really enjoy that you think is awards worthy and want to mention.
Succession. I mean, I don't even know if they're are they award winning anymore or have they done theirs?
Fortunately for everyone else, they are not just because they were winning everything. But they're at this point, there's a lot of spots open in the cycle because they're past all that. But they're certainly certainly a terrific show.
For me, I mean, it was spectacular. It was by far one of the most spectacular shows that I have ever seen. Every single there wasn't a single character that wasn't worthy of any form of recognition. I find them all so fucking compelling and disgusting and brilliant. Give me some other shows that are up right now.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's the final season of The Crown. There's season 2 of The Bear. There's so much stuff out
Ooh,
there.
The Bear was phenomenal. Loved The Bear. I also like Beef. I thought Beef was very fun and fantastic. She's such a good actor. They're incredible. Um, I'm not great with names. What else? Give me something else.
The Gilded Age, The Morning Show.
Love the morning
Uh,
show. The morning show is phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. The dynamic, the characters, yeah, I just watched all of it. Billy Crudup. I
I think
mean,
so.
he is one of my favorite actors ever. He is so, I don't know if he's nominated. He should be nominated. He's absolutely exquisite. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. It's really nice talking about these roles and what you like, and I hope to see you in a play in an accent that feels comfortable for you sometime in the near
Well
future.
done. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Well rounded up. Thank you. Have a
Thanks.
good one.